Welcome to another episode, Middle Ground with JLE L.L.C, where we treat you like family. That's the theme song, Detroit Love, off my first album, The JLE Experience. This is season 11. Very thankful for that. I'm your host, author, musician, journalist, speaker, founder, owner, CEO, and host of Middle Ground with JLE, the interview show where we treat you like family, ground floor, where we discuss where we can agree to disagree and still be family. My social discussion show, 11:30 Fridays. And the Sports Lounge with JLE and Marte, where we discuss sports like family. Great sports show, where the party be at. That's at 9:30 today. And I'm Jeffrey L.L. with JLE. It's been a while since I've been the guest of the show. You know, back when I first started doing this thing in 2007. Didn't know I'd get up to season 11. That's kind of crazy. But, you know, gotta take where you need to go, man. Stay humble, keep grinding. Today, in this conversation with JLE Volume 4 episode, I'm talking about JLE brand. Why not? There's a brand you need to know and see what's going on and check it out. Okay, got it public on Facebook now. I had to do that real quick. And to the listeners, I truly appreciate you. 31 countries, all age demographics. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. This ain't, it's a blip of the journey. This ain't even halfway yet. We still rocking, still going. Got a comment already. Who this be? What up, Toe? Steve Harvey LinkedIn. What up, Big Sean? Big Carl Sean Watkins. Mr. Vulnerability himself doing big things. Appreciate that, bro. I'm working to get that money like Steve so I can do more, help more. You know. Appreciate you tuning in. First thing I'm talking about, my latest book, Your Words Can Break the Cycle. I released it, I think, a month or two ago. It's out on Amazon.com, or you can get it through the link off my website. Wow, I got a website. Let me put this up here. That'd be middlegroundwithjle.com. Hey, bear with me. I ain't done this in a minute. So it's Friday. Enjoy yourself. Probably got your food, whatever beverage you drink on, and I'm entertaining you. All right. Across screen. There we go. Is it up there? There we go. There we go. Hot damn. Coming up in these streets. Man, I remember I used to be working in Wayne State as custodian with this concept of a show. So I watch all sports, political shows. I figure I got something to say. I wanted to do it with a co-host, but my homegirl at the time really was a little apprehensive. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing it anyway because I think it's a great idea. And I was trying to come up with a name. And it's before the pandemic and all that stuff changed the world. And I figured, well, let's look at your personality. And anybody that really knows you, they'll crack up because they agree with this. After I read in the Bible that your yay be yay, your nay be nay, I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. So either you cool or you suck. I'm with that. So middle ground. I don't have it, but I have it on the show. Here's what you got to say. Like, okay. Started back in 2020, summer. That's when I call it Pop the Trunk. Get my iPhone, record, put on YouTube, Facebook. Finished my degree, Mike Illich, Wayne State. So I looked for jobs. Stopped. Went to my third mom, Dr. Lisa Fuller. I saw she had her gospel show on Anchor. I'm like, Anchor, what is that? Like, oh, audio. I'm an introvert, extrovert, so that's right up my alley. I ain't got to look at people. Cool. I wanted. I looked at my degree, like put the same energy into it, see what it do. So I did, and along the way, you can have a small idea. God will say, "Nah, bro, I need you to help you find a purpose." Like, now I'm still figuring out my purpose. What is you talking about? Well, figure it out, bro, Hannah, because that's what I need you to do. So get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's when the journey started to really start reaching out to people on LinkedIn because I only did it for a class project in business school. And I'm always thinking they're gonna look at me stranger danger, what this guy want. So I had to really start honing and crafting what I would send to someone so they get straight to the point. Some people rock with it, and of all the people, small business cheerleader Tisha Hammer, I always give a shout out to her. Said she knew a lot of people, started giving me a list of names, and I didn't know that would take me and catapult it to where it is, where I can't remember if Charles McKay, shout out to him, Charlie the Plug, Detroit Metro Plug podcast. He's about to approach 100 episodes. Keep grinding, bro. You're doing great stuff, great guests, great interviews. I was on the show once. I was humbly said I inspired him to do it. You never know who watches. Former guest and part of the Middle Ground board, Cynthia Mobley Howell. Her book is finally out, Crazy Didn't Get Me, on Amazon.com. Go check it out. I read the first few pages when I first interviewed her, like, wow, you got a story to tell. And it's been a crazy journey. Now, back to my book, Your Words. I was approached by Terry Brinston. She was a former guest of the show because she was holding a virtual educational conference and needed some guests. That's not real as when you network with people on LinkedIn, that stuff real because I put it out there, see who might reach out to her. She got a lot of great feedback. So I me to be a guest. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be a guest. I don't know what to talk about. And it's about bridging the conversation between teachers, parents, kids, counselors. So I figured I would try to take moments of time through my K to 12 years of what certain words were said that would affect me and how someone else it could go a different way. People liked it. That's why I put speaker on it now because I did speak publicly. It's weird I got all that stuff in front of my name now. Couldn't tell me that in 2019. Yeah, 2010. Anyway, and after a while, I was working on another book I'm working on, political thriller. And you get that vibe when the Lord talk to you like, hey, you need to take your speech to the book form. Like, okay. I ain't really wasn't trying to put no book out right now, but I'm learning on this journey. Be obedient. Pay attention to what's going on around you, and keep it going. So I put it out, and some people got it, told me they loved it. I plan to do a book signing to come, and it's amazing the stuff you've been through that you forget until you put it in book. That's the crazy thing about it. You put it in book form, and you start realizing, like, wait a minute, dang, that actually happened. Wow, cool. And just to give a tidbit of the book, because go get this great book to check out, or check out the conference online. Um, I think the first story I talked about was elementary. Teacher asked what you want to be, and I'm like, well, I want to be a lawyer because you can sass people. They got to take it. I like that idea, and become president. You shouldn't do that. No, she like talk to you after class. I thought, like, what I do wrong? Talk with her after class. Like, why you want to do that? Like, Think it'd be dope. Think I could run the country, help people. Nah, you should do something with your hands. Now it's the '80s. Um, she was a Caucasian lady. You look back on it now, she probably didn't mean no harm, possibly, but those were the times where you felt people of my complexion had certain tasks and roles. Even though it's not true, because God made us all to do great things. So color shouldn't matter. But I'm trying to trip like, what's yeah, like I committed a crime. Like, I want to do nothing with my hands. I want to do that. And she kept trying to encourage me to go in a different direction. Like, no, I'm sticking this direction. My parents taught me you work hard, lean on God, and then you can't do. And like something like that could probably have someone really jacked up and their life really go in an alternate direction. That's just one example. Great book, a lot of other great stories in there that helped make my personality to this day. And I've had two other books out from the hashtag Musician Thoughts book series. On the first one, inspiration, keep working, keep grinding, keep praying to achieve your goals. Talks about my journey to get my college degree, and then a lot of quotes to go with it. Second book is You May Have Missed the Mark, but You Can Find It Again. That talks about whether family, friends, career, yourself. You can drop the ball at times, but forgive others, forgive yourself, and you can move forward. Use my separation as the focal point because um, living transparency. Nothing I want to do, but I learned I'm in season 11 being obedient, so I'm gonna keep being obedient. And I put a post out reach because I forget to let people know that I got books out. Go check it out. And it's crazy. I'm like, dang, you got 3 books out, bro. Shout out to Chris Mattoon and Major Shepherd L. Them brothers were guests on my show. First 2 guests. And we had a panel show. They were like, you need to write a book. So I wrote a love story in 2000, kept getting viral, so I forgot about it. But to have these cats like write a book, I learned there's an author scene in Metro Detroit. Then my big bro John always telling me that, you doing stuff that some people are terrified to try. And if you want them people, get out there, do it. You ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, I'm more of a okay, once you put your mind to it, ain't nothing you can't do. You might have to go research it, figure some things out, but you can do it. Well, and then you tweak it and get better at it and keep going. 'Cause someone might look at me like I'm an expert. To me, I figure I'm still learning. I'm always researching how to get better. Be a better guest. If I'm a guest on somebody's show, be a better host. I make people feel more comfortable. For my other shows, I could be a better co-host. Move the ebb and flow of a show where it need to be. So mine is always thinking on how to get it better, work more. I'm starting on my TikTok now. I think that's Jeffrey L.L.C. So I'm starting to utilize that, learn more how to do the right hashtags because trying to utilize everything out here to get this across the globe to where get the sponsorship, everything that's coming that will be. And times I do get, you go on your journey, you kind of get melancholy, like, I don't know about this thing. Maybe it ain't gonna hit. That's when God sent my big bro to just it's like he been to the future and saw what all this will be. And be like, man, stay on the grind, stay focused on it, keep doing the work. I know you're doing your reels and all that, just keep doing the grunt work. I'm like the energy I feed off the times like this dude, he's seeing what I'm gonna do. Man, what's the number, dude? She been to the future and seen what the JLE brand really gonna be globally. You know, I plan to make it $1 billion corporation, but we start at 6 figures and work our way up. And I know I've been tasked for my sister. She told me I was supposed to do like 22 books. So I don't know about that one, but okay. But I know when you put that hat on as author, it's like you get in your head and just let your thoughts come out and let it tell a story. I know for me when I get done writing, it's like wow. So that's what it became. And it'd be like a chill vibe, like wow, you started and then you finished it, and it's the finished product. Do it flow? Do it make sense? Fixed all the mistakes? Okay. Okay. It's what it need to do. And I know Dr. Henry Robinson, another Yoda in my life when I was at Wayne State clean offices. Whenever we have a conversation for a minute, he will always tell me like the stuff you're working on, the people it's meant to reach, it's gonna reach them. You just got to be diligent in the work you're supposed to do. I'm like, oh, well, okay, stay the course, stay the course. Now, I do have music out. First album, JLE, the JLE Experience, and second album, JLE World, all positive music, banging beats. You can find that on all digital stores. You need to check it out. It'll change your life. I mean, tell the story. Disclaimer: not every song on either album is about me. I say that because the song "I Don't Know" that I am proud of, because Babyface is my role model coming up as an artist. I really did that entire song on the first album. The music, how it starts, in everything in it. So I'm like, okay, this is a dope song. And I was just only thinking, you know, what scenario that someone might deal with. You and your girl might have a dust up. How do you deal with it? Drive down to Belle Isle in Detroit, reflect on it. Then eventually drive back home, go work it out. And that's a song. And I found myself in a disagreement while ago, where they assumed it was about us. I'm like, no, this ain't me writing a song. You don't know if it's a song about my situation. This was just of non-real story to write for the song. And for me, for the first album, it was trying to help people of all different scenarios. So some of the songs wasn't me, but I'm humbled that I got a vivid imagination. So I'm like, okay, well, what if this scenario happened? How to play out? How do you fix it? Put it to song. You gotta have banging beats from Detroit now. Gotta do that. Gotta do that. And I'm working. Well, gotta get back to working on the third album. JLE for life, JLE forever. I got a few tracks so far. And my sister and brother-in-law, they heard some of them. They're probably going to guest appearance. It's gonna be a double disc, one album, 10 gospel songs. Other album, all different great genres of R&B, whatever. I got a classical track on there. I don't know if I did a reggae yet. And the Motown soul sounded back in the day, like Frankie Lyman. I want to do something like that on the album. Got to figure out that sound. I give all type of different flavors. I'm gonna get back to studio for that. And that brings me to the shows. Me and my co-host felt we needed to move the sports lounge with JLE and Marte from Wednesday to Friday at 9:30 because midweek kind of in the middle, we busy a little bit. Friday might be more chill environment, more people might pay attention. And so far, they have. They've been liking it. Co-host still got a lot of wild takes. Shout out to her. Shout out to Marte. And then ground floor just recently. I have been thinking about it for a minute. Like, well, I don't have time to get back in the studio, and I do need to do that because I'm not whole if I ain't making music too. So then I had that conversation with my co-host recently, and it kind of worked. Like, well, let's go ahead and do Friday. I figured, okay, well, want to space it out because I got the 8 o'clock interview, 9:30 sports show. Let's do 11:30. People seem like people at home a little bit more on Fridays. They're more lively. We have some grown folk conversation about all type of topics. It's be a good time. And I still have interview show on Saturday at 7 if I have a guest. Or if it's something I feel I want to put on there for the episode that might need to be out here that people need, I'll do. But if not, that'll be a free day. If I ain't working that weekend, and I can get in the studio. So I'm looking to make that studio day. So I'm trying to hit all the bases. I'm a journalist. I did a video party a while ago for a former guest father, World War II hero, real life G.I. Joe. And some of the Congress people there mentioned to me that you're a journalist. A few people eventually, I told it to laugh. They're like, man, we've been waiting on you to say that because you've been doing this for the longest. I never said it's journalism, but I have a newsletter on LinkedIn, Underground with JLE, where it talks about the journey. I ain't wrote the article for this month yet. I'm still figuring out what I'm talking about. And to me, I only had that one semester at Cooley, freshman year. I was on school paper. I mean, we interviewed Isaiah Thomas once at the Palace of Auburn Hills. I did a few solo articles, so to me, that's all of my extent of journalist knowledge. But hey, as long as you got a little bit, God to do the rest for you. He put that season on that thing for you. Because got over 300 subscribers, which is awesome. So get that content out probably this weekend. I know if anybody watching, like, this dude always busy. I mean, my be at work, talk with bosses and my workers, like, yeah, you always busy. Like, grind don't stop, man. When you find your purpose, you gotta take it all the way through. See what you can do with it. And that's where it really do become, you don't become stagnant. Because you can have those moments if you're doing stuff out here where, okay, it's like you're going through the motions. For me, I normally play my piano keyboard, clear my head to refocus. The biggest thing is I look at legacy now. I'm like, okay, you're building this from scratch, getting it out the mud, and I wrote a book about it, how to build a JLE brand. I do got that's coming. Got to edit it, and I have the JLE devotionals book where all the daily inspirational quotes I put up, put in book form. Probably have some journal page for people where that could be something helpful to them. So that's two right there. Then the political thriller. I just started. I ain't finna really delve into that one yet. But it's like really, I could be busy all day, but you got to find balance. Got to find me time. Mental health as well. Don't bring yourself out. But you do the work, you'll get there. And to run a show, do the whole setup, man. Shout out to all the people who done podcasts or TV shows. I do a lot of research to see, okay, how do you do the whole thing and make it flow? So it's something that the viewers watching, or if you listen to it on Spotify, all three shows on Spotify, you can listen to it. Or go to my YouTube channel, Middle Ground with JLE. That's a goal to definitely get 1,000 subscribers. So anybody listening, please go to Middle Ground with JLE L.L.C on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. If you find all the content, if you click the live button, that's where all the live episodes are. Or you might see some reels I made or clips. Eventually look to work to do more maybe day in the life type diary stuff on there too. So I'm definitely working on getting healthier and sexier. I ain't daddy right now. I can't go get the suits I want to get yet because I ain't looking smooth like I want, but that's coming. That Black Thor vibe coming where and be righteous. Get the blonde wig, the hammer, and the whole thing. Be right. Put the work in. And it's for me and for my brand. Cause, I'm a capitalist. You look healthier. You look right the way you should look. The best version of yourself. People rock with you a little bit more. And if you're not the best version of yourself, unpack why. Get help if you need to. You can be stopping you from living the best life you dream about or think about in private that you don't tell nobody. But you got to try. You're never going to get there if you don't try for yourself. Anything else on this? Talk about books, music. At some point, I do want to get into film. That's very big. But I do watch a lot of the cat skits on YouTube, a lot of black comedians. And I mean, I always had that innate thought like, if I put the work in, I research it, I could do it. I got a crazy comedy idea for a college student, which would be, I'm gonna put that out there now, but you have to see it. I think they have people dying laughing. Just me and the fellas coming up, squad, funny times. I never look at that being a movie or a TV show. Cause some of the stuff that be in there would be like true story that's actually happened. Ain't making it up. But and I'm noticing too, since I'm on this journey, some people have came to me where I have a lot of random business meetings about great ideas they thinking about working on stuff or want to collab. So man, you never know. You be that one person doing something in a field that no one else thought about, and you start finding out there's other people having them ideas. They just look for someone to show them the way. So you're gonna be that Moses or whatever that is, part the sea, show people the way, or are you still gonna be like them, like, man, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna put that book out, that music, or that painting, or whatever it is. You might have Avengers and Wu Tang around you waiting, like someone just can paint a line in the sand where we see where to go. You never know. And the goal is to have my own radio broadcasting building. But it's multifaceted. Definitely have live shows for some of these. Well, all the shows I'm doing. Would like to see a live audience in the crowd. Not that big, maybe 50 people, something like that. different sets for the different shows. Sports show that I can't think of what type of set I would want for that because that's just like high energy show. High energy. I could definitely see ground floor be like a grown lounge chill vibe type thing. Sports show, yeah. Definitely get more guests for that one. And I'm a homer because I'm definitely looking at got a lot of talented people at Wayne State that's making waves. I start there first. I'm alumni. Sorry, word is strong. We're gonna start there first. Then go from that point, see what's cracking. But and to creators out there, whatever it is you think about creating any type of content, put it out there. Don't be down on yourself. Don't think it ain't good enough. It probably is. At least it's a start to where you can tweak it and make it better. I've noticed on this journey I found a lot of people where it would be that, hey man, just keep creating. Don't lose the love for creativity. Keep that spark. You think like, man, for real. But I mean, in the world, in this post-COVID world we live in, it'll never be the same like it once was. It'll never be the same. But it's a new sign. It's a new normal. What has people want to go out? Some that want content from the comfort of their home or in their car. Then you got writer strikes going on and stuff. So people look for content. Then I be hearing that Tubi showing a lot of love to the D for a lot of Detroit inspired movies or TV shows. So people looking for content. And what you doing might be what they're looking for. I gotta finish my political thriller because I do believe that could be a show. At the end of the dream I had that was something like Thundercats. I gotta finish that book. That could be my Netflix universe show. I mean, that was one of them dreams where you sleep and you watching it unfold. I never get it. A few years ago, woke up like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and just started writing. And after hours, so the lights on, my wife got up. What's going on? What you doing? I'm like, I had to write this down. And I started explaining like I had this dream where I was like I was sitting front row and everything played out, and I gotta write it all down. And she like, what the? I ain't never heard nothing like that. Like, wow, just have a brain. You got like, I did it. I think I still got both the books so I can put it out. Cause man, that's the cliffhanger how it ends is real dope. That definitely could be a cartoon show. CGI, whatever you want to call it. That definitely one. Yeah, I was mad I woke up. Cause that dope was like, dang that. Oh, that was a dream. And, at the time, some people read it like, wait a minute. It starts off with a massive battle scene in the castle. Like, yeah, there's no rule to you can only do it this way, and that's something too that's out here. Stop putting everybody in a piece of paper. That's not reality. God made everybody be whoever they are and the creativity they have. So you can't just say everything gotta be within the lines of that paper. No, it's whatever the creativity you was given to do. and roll with it. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, that's wrong. You shouldn't. Some songs I made on my albums. You can't do it. Like, who to say, where's the rule book say I can't make the song like this? What that thing what James Brown said in the movie? Shout out to Chadwick Boseman. Do it feel good. Do it sound good. Do it make you move. If it's hitting all them points, that's all the music's supposed to do, depending on the circumstance. It ain't got to what it ain't fitting this. It ain't all it. It ain't got to fit. It's something new. I had people back in the day say, "Oh, you crazy?" Because for you to be able to pull music out of thin air, you on some genius level stuff. And I get what they were saying because they're not really trying to call you crazy. Just the thought you take the 12 major minor scales and you hear something like for me in the beginning when I would write a song, it'll play in my head and I record exactly where I heard it. It's evolved over time where I can hear the whole thing or just the chorus, but with technology, I can just hum it, play on the piano, and get it all down that way to where, especially on the second night when I would go record, I'm just airdropping him the parts I've done. And shout out to my man Todd from Music. He'll look at me like, because he'll check it with the time signature and the beat, make sure it's on point. Like, man, dude, you everything's on beat and on like about that life. And when you start engulfing yourself in your purpose and talents, man, it's gonna do what it do. As Ray would say. You just gotta let it flow through. So I'm always on the journey personally. I died at birth for 5 minutes. Biblical cord wrapped around my throat 3 times. And ever since my mom told me that years ago, I'm like, okay, I'm here for more than just get a job, family, and all that. Like, nothing wrong with that, but I ain't have to come back. So I'm here for a reason. I don't know what it is. And now I'm starting to see this what it is, because ministry, which I wasn't trying to be like my dad and do all that. But God is the master chess player. He will wrench around and remix it. And I just realized with this, I'm doing ministry. Like, I'll be damned. He got me doing it anyway. I ain't thought about it. I remember my homeboy Jerome used to prophesy to me back then, like, if you do what he wants you to do, everything else you want to do, you'll be doing. And I'm hard headed. That was what, oh 02, oh 03 in my old apartment in front. Southfield, like, nope. I tell you, hit the left or right to Jesus. He over there in the corner. I'm not trying to be a pastor like my daddy. I'm good. I don't want that to happen. But since I've been obedient, and he had wrote on paper back then, like, okay, if you be a preacher, you want to do music, maybe you wrote something, so that's author. You might want to do this, that. You can do all that if you do that one thing. It'll branch out. And I recall that stuff now, like, oh my goodness. I remember that conversation we had when he came into town. Like, he was just hell bent, like, nah, man, you need to get on this. And you'll be doing what you should be doing. Like, no, I'm not trying to do that. No. He got enough soldiers being pastors. I don't need to be one. But that paper is true since I've been obedient with middle ground. All these different titles that at one point I thought about or wrote something down about it, legitimately I've done. Legal got 3 legal companies. JLE Studios Incorporated, that's the umbrella company. I had to do Rebel Force Entertainment for music. I'm saying that for my record label since high school. I had to make that real. The middle ground with JLE L.L.C. So when you do get in your alignment and purpose, it will start forming for you. And it's not really that bad of a thing either. it will feel like a lot of stuff you done dealt with or seen like that seemed like ages ago. Because you're ever evolving, ever changing to be the person you need to be for the situation and what all is preparing you for or whatever you're going through. I've learned trust process, let it play out. It should be dope. But I'm half the time I'm very reflective now when I think about stuff like, wow, you got a lot of stuff in front of your name now. That's legit. Then I had to think about that night with Jerome, like y'all were going back and forth on why you not gonna do it. Like, dude, you'll be doing all this other stuff once you give in and say yes to doing the preacher stuff, doing the ministry. And I'd be damned if he wasn't right. Both my albums, from we checking, all songs had a star by it on Apple Music. To me personally, that's like big deal that people respect the music. They want to market more, get some sales up, but people vibing what I put out there. Respect. Even some of us have gotten 5 stars. Some of the things I spoke at or talk with people, good reviews. I'm like, yeah, you definitely you got the knack for it. Then I watch other people. I remember I came across Dr. Eric Thomas one night. Was it 21 on TikTok, 3 o'clock in the morning, and that dude was talking about he's on the street eating out garbage cans. Once he got on his purpose, he was grinding. He wasn't playing no games with it. You ain't gonna outwork me. I was just find me up like Stone Cold. Like, let's go. Like, yeah, like put the time in, see what it can be. Don't shortchange yourself. And you're gonna be amazed at the ride you're on. So now I got JLE Fridays. I got 3 shows, all different and unique, but all have the educate, entertain, have fun vibe. And I'll tell a cool story. And the fact this season 11, episode 11, man, humbled. But I recognize I'm nice in these streets. I did a lot of research, Laura's wisdom, figured it out. Not bad at it. So if I'm doing all this stuff, man, ain't no telling what you gonna do. You, wherever you are, what you gonna do. So definitely to any content creators out there, keep creating or doodling, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. People try to say you awkward or weird, tell them to shut up, stay in your little world and keep creating. It's needed. I mean, creators help the world move forward. That imagination, don't lose it. For me, I watch cartoons to chill out. Don't care what nobody got to say about it. There's a lot worse I could be doing. But stuff I watch, I mean, back in the 80s, we had great stuff. So they still gave you life lessons to be a good person, help someone. So still getting them lessons. You're out here wild, Iron Man and nothing like that. But definitely check out my latest book, Your Words Can Break the Cycle. It's a speech I did at the educational conference. Um, and check out all the content. Maybe it spark you to do something out here. Share with people. You know. It's been a minute since I've been on here doing it. I mean, I had some people along the way help me out with some ideas. Shout out to my man Russ Hedge. Remember he mentioned, you got a TV show, so look at it that way. What days do you want people to know your program to come on? That helped me tweak it down from Monday to Saturday doing shows to Friday, Saturday. And it does help, Anything else I need to talk about I wrote down? I'll do it already. Yep. I think I covered everything. Music, books, coming. Work on the book signing. Figure out where I can go to do that. But I'm always putting up flyers, so bound to see something. And I know in a little bit, 9:30, gonna have Sports Lounge show. You don't want to miss the party. Talk about a lot of good stuff happening in sports. Then come back for 11:30 for ground floor. Have a grown folks social conversation. Should be a good time. So I hope you have fun. Hope you learn something. Check out the Middle Ground brand, books, music. Yeah, books, music, TV shows. We got a little bit of everything for you. More to come. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Detroit raised me. Detroit.